everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new kind of a suspense thriller show dropped on Netflix. It's called Elves and it is a Danish show, and in this show we see a family from city, like mom, dad and two teenager kids, goes to a island where like this island is like very far from the city. There's only few people lives in that island, and when this one of their kids, like the daughter, when she finds this elf, she gets it, she brings it home, and after that she brings this elves home. Strange things start happening in the island, and also the island people is like there's not many people. I will say maybe 10-15 people just lived in that island. So when I saw the first trailer for this show, I was like, oh, this show looks really interesting. So whole weekend I was really excited to see this show, because the plot for this show is definitely very interesting, especially when you think about elves. And in the show you see they are actually exist in the world we live in, and how they interact with people. I thought it could have been a really interesting story. That being said, after finish watching this show, I can't believe it how this show was. Although the show has the excellent plot about elves, what if elves was living among us. However, the execution for this show is absolutely awful. That's why when I was watching this show, like finish watching the show, I felt so mad, honestly, because this show has so much potential to be a great show. Instead of the way the show ended, you're like, what? Because throughout the first, second, third, all this episode, it builds for this elves. There is like this show is promising you the showdown between elves and the people who lives in the island. And however, when you go to the finale, the show does not deliver at all. On top of it, the way it ends, I was like, oh, why these people are still living in that island? Is it safe for them? Of course it's not safe for them. But however, I will say I was happy that the girl, what was her name? She left the island. So that's the only thing I liked about this show. That being said, when the show was throughout the show, I see these people are sacrificing cow, like to make happy with this, like to make peace with this elves that lives there. For like so many years. I was thinking to myself, like, how many cows they have left if they keep sacrificing? Eventually they're gonna run out. What will happen then? Like there isn't any system there. I felt like I guess the biggest problem with this show is the characters, especially this little girl, the one who finds the elf. I feel like she was so annoying. The minute I met her, I was like, oh my gosh, she's like so spoiled. She doesn't listen to her mom. She doesn't want to do anything. And she just gets away with everything she was doing there. If she was like, if I was doing that, I would be locked up in my room with the chain on. And so I feel like this girl, she was like so annoying in the show. The minute you meet him, you don't care if she dies or lives. The way her character was written, all of the character in the show were awful. But this little girl is the annoying of all of them, especially the last episode, the lady, when, like the chief lady, when she like, like locked her up with the chain. I saw many comments online. People are saying, I really wish that monster actually ate her. That's much she was annoying in the show. Mom, dad wasn't like, they were okay, I guess. They're just there. I guess they're trying to spend time with their kids. I would say the little girl was the most annoying. And she's supposed to be the center actor. She's the most annoying one. I really felt so much frustration when I saw in the island, it's only like 7 or 8 people. And I don't know why they're living there if there's this dangerous elves are living among them in the fence. And in the one scene when this fence, the electricity line was cut off, so the fence didn't have this electricity power there. I guess you could just get out of that fence. And my biggest like the plot hole for this show, but once this electricity, the fence was gone from there, shouldn't all the elf already out from there? Like but later on we see they put on the fence up and everything was back to normal, which makes no sense, because by the time the electricity out from the sun, all the elves should have gotten out of there, isn't it? Who knows? The character, the way they written in this show is really awful. When you watch it, you're like, oh my god. So I can't believe it. Watching this show was really disappointing, because the way it was done, the execution for this show is really awful. I wish they'd have done better job, especially the story here is quite interesting. The acting, I will say, wasn't all bad. The chief lady, I thought her acting was very convincing. She was worrying about her community. People would make sense. The only this island has like 8 people. Who goes to vacation of a place like that? That is so silly. And who's renting that house? That's the information we need, I feel like. Anyway, that's my thought on this show. Let me know in the comment what you thought about this show. And if you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other review on Netflix TV show. And please take care.